Veterans Legal Institute is the nation's first and only military-specific public interest law firm that provides legal services pro bono in order to remove barriers to housing, healthcare, education, and employment.
Unfortunately, our veteran population, we are not doing well right now. We have record homelessness, record incarceration rate.
Got through Nam and came home, and it was like, from then on, it was just right down the hill.
It's important in this type of a situation to demonstrate to the veterans, especially from the Vietnam era, that they are important.
They tell you you can have your park pass.
He had applied for a pass with the California Department of Parks and Recreation.
But they strung me on. Come here, do it, do this, do this.
He'd, though, routinely been, turned down by the department. And so I worked with them and, got them to see that his time in service had been honorable.
My husband and I had housing with a non-profit organization, and we were sponsored by them. And even though we're married, I still didn't have an immigration status in the United States. So we were actually removed from the program for that reason, and we were put out on the streets.
I was first introduced to Doll and Dexter through Antoinette.
Doll is Dexter's caregiver and wife. It's important to keep the veteran family together.
Even though my family probably would have paid for me to come back home had I contacted them, I didn't want to leave him. We've never been apart, so it would have been hard. Sorry. But it's been so hard being homeless. It's the worst thing I've ever experienced.
It immediately became clear to me for them not being able to get housing, driver's license, employment authorization, the ability to seek work.
We had nowhere to go, we had no income.
All of those things were going to be an incredible barrier for them to be able to get out of poverty.
In Doll's case, we were able to raise the funds for the fees for the immigration, which were close to $1,500.
And now, everything's been filed.
Because of Lisa and Antoinette and all their work, my husband and I should be housed within the month.
I found myself in a position where I had been discharged from active duty, and I was requesting a line of duties, which is some paperwork basically that will allow you to get medical treatment.
He was a mess because his command was not processing his injuries.
While I was on active duty, I'd gotten diagnosed with traumatic brain injury, among several other things, lupus and fibromyalgia, and some major health issues that were severely affecting me.
Banging his head against the bureaucracy, trying to get them just to do one simple thing.
I lost the ability to work and became a shell of the former master sergeant that I once was and who I had been proud to be. And over a period of several months, I ended up completely exhausting my savings and ending up ultimately homeless.
We got those to be completed.
By that time, I'd been homeless for several months. I couldn't get even basic medical care, and the system had really given me a pretty hard beating.
When Aaron went in front of the evaluation board, they saw the evidence and they did the right thing by giving him a 100% disability. And that's going to change his life.
Had it not been for Dwight and his staff, I wouldn't be here today.
When I got out of the service, it was like nobody's going to help you anyway. So I mean, it's like, now 42 years, somebody says, hey, you know what, maybe we can help you, And it's like, wow.
For him, it meant the world, because it showed him that people care about him.
And if it weren't for their efforts, we would not have made it, in all honesty.
It's been a privilege and an honor for me to be able to be of service to a veteran because they have been such a great service to our country.
If any group deserves a second chance and deserves quality benefits, legal advocacy, it is our veterans. We are the heart and soul of this country, and we're hurting right now.
Not everyone can serve in the military, but everyone can be a patriot. And so what's your service?
if someone really does care about a veteran's legal rights but just doesn't know how to support them or how to help them, that VLI, Veterans Legal Institute, is the best place I could ever hope to start.
For all my brothers and sisters who selflessly volunteered to help defend our country in our country's greatest moment of need, that all we ask is that our country help us in our greatest time of need. And people at the Legal Institute and the U.S. Immigration made that possible for myself and my wife. And thank you.